Torque, say hello to the internet. This is your first time saying hi to the YouTube channel. Okay, Torque. All right. Relax. But anyway, I just wanted to introduce you guys to my new dog. This is Torque. He's super friendly. Despite what he looks like right now, he actually has 11 foot-pounds of torque. He is super torquey. He's got a lot of energy. He's really cool. So if you guys ever see us at an event, don't be afraid to come up and say hello. What's going on, internet? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I know you guys are probably sick and tired of watching me come on here every couple months and give you the same exact line where I go, what's going on, internet? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm super excited to be back on the internet and just filming videos again. It makes me feel super good. Sorry I've been absent for like X amount of months, but I promise you that's over now. My schedule's super clear and I'm really excited to be back. How many times has that happened? So, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, I have been very absent on the internet, and I used to be really good. I used to be very consistent. You could kind of depend on me like clockwork. I used to upload videos on the same day of every week at the exact same time. I was in the live chat every single time, and I was updating you guys on Instagram and just kind of showing you guys always what was going on and stuff, and then all of a sudden it kind of came to a screeching halt. If I'm being honest, it's just been a really fucking rough year. It's been a really rough year. As you guys know, because I told you guys a couple of videos ago, my best friend Tiara passed away back in October on the 30th. So we are coming up on the anniversary of her passing. It's going to be 6 months, and it has not gotten any fucking easier. If anything, it has gotten harder. So I've been having a really rough time with that, and to put some icing on the cupcake, Cam, my dog, passed away 6 weeks after Tiara's passing. So, it's been a very, very, very rough year for me. I have been so depressed, but I am finally working with a really good therapist. I found a really good therapist. I've been working with him for a couple of weeks. It has been helping quite a bit. So I'm obviously very grateful for that. I am working super hard on myself every single day, just trying my best to get myself back to a comfortable place in my life. So I'm trying to get myself into a little bit of a routine here. I've been working out every morning because right now your girl is the heaviest she has ever been in her entire life, and I hate looking at it so much. It is so discouraging. But I am starting to work out every day, which I think is starting to help me feel a little bit better too. I'm making sure to wake up at a certain time, and I'm trying to make sure that my house is not such a freaking mess, man. Like, I lose my car keys on a regular basis right now, and a year ago, I knew where everyone's car keys were. Like, I knew exactly where everything was in my house at all times. And now I can't seem to find anything because my house is just a mess all the time. But anyway, I'm trying to get myself back to a little bit of normalcy here. So I feel like reincorporating filming on a semi-regular basis and uploading videos and stuff is really going to help me get back into that groove a little bit. So I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to have you guys back. Let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about the fleet. Let's give you guys a little bit of an update on the fleet. Why don't we? All right, you guys, let's start off the video with the fan favorite. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, you see this shirt that I'm wearing? This is a very special shirt. This shirt I have been working on for months, okay? I have had this idea for a really long time. It was something that really helped me out. This shirt I made in memory of Tiara. This is Tiara standing in the middle of these two cars, and these two cars are very iconic if you knew Tiara or knew anything about her. This Acura NSX is actually Rob Ferretti's Acura NSX. This is a car that a lot of people in the car scene knew her for driving very often, because she would do all the adventure drive trips in it. And then this is the green Lamborghini Huracan. This was the last car that she ever drove. And then on the sidelines lined up in the Polaroids are some very significant cars in her life. You can find a couple of my cars in here too. So I'm very, very excited about this shirt. I just released it on the 30th. I'm so relieved to finally put this out into the world. I think it's gonna help me a whole lot with my healing process. Creating this shirt with my graphic designer made a huge difference, and it just felt like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. It's called Ignited by Chasing Checkers. It's a sub-brand underneath Chasing Checkers. It's like a subdivision, so it's still a part of Chasing Checkers. And Ignited is a brand that I have had an idea for like literally a year and a half. Back when I was in Canada, I developed the idea for this. So if you guys have been following the channel for a long time, you know how long ago that was. And Ignited by Chasing Checkers, or we could just call it Ignited for now, is going to be a brand that is dedicated as a tribute to motorsports history, because I really love motorsports history, and I think it's so important to pay our respects to the people that kind of helped us get to where we are now and helped us advance so much in our industry. So I'm very excited about this. The back, I'll show you guys the back right now. So all the shirts are actually one size only. I want them to be a retrofit kind of like stylized shirt. I'm very into the oversized t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. You guys that have been watching for a long time know that I've always been wearing like really baggy clothes. This is like how long it is on me. It's not like too long or anything. But yeah, I'm very excited. So if you guys want to go and pick up a shirt, they are available on the Chasing Checkers website. You can find a tab under Ignited to go and pick yourself up a shirt. There it is, Ignited by Chasing Checkers. I'm so stoked. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying before. Okay, fan favorite, the race car. Race car has not been driven in 7 freaking months, and the last time that I tried to drive the race car, I tried to work on it because I wanted to start driving again. I did this a couple months ago. I replaced my entire power steering cooler kit on the race car. Replaced the entire kit, like literally lines, cooler, everything. Replaced all of it because I constantly have this power steering fluid leak that has been happening for years, and I have just been ignoring it. And recently, I have seen way too many car fires, and I know that oils are flammable, and power steering fluid is a type of oil which makes it flammable. So I decided to stop ignoring that and to actually address it. So I've been a little bit freaked out to actually drive my car, knowing that that leak is there, as I'm sure you guys can understand and respect. Recently just got a brand new power steering reservoir, so I'm super excited to put this on the car, because the last time when I put the new kit on the car, I literally took it to a show and parked it for like 4 hours while I was doing a booth, and then by the time that I went to go put the car back up on the trailer, the power steering fluid was leaking again, and I bled it so many times. So really hope that this reservoir fixes my problem. This is a very reputable company. They're very good. So hopefully this will solve my issues and I can start driving this thing again. My goal is to drive this car in the next 2 weeks. So that's the race car. Let's move on. Next car. You know, it would be so cool to be sponsored by something that you actually love and like use all the time. All right, enough of my very poor attempt of trying to get sponsored by Liquid Death. I'm not saying that you guys should tag them in everything that I do ever and tell them that I should be sponsored by them, but I'm not telling you that you shouldn't do that. But anyway, we should talk about this thing behind me, huh? T to Z, yep. I need to work on it. I needed to actually do something to it. I haven't really changed very much about this car, and I've been talking to my therapist about it a whole lot. I know you guys don't care, but I've been talking to my therapist about this a lot, and he thinks that the reason that I haven't really been working on this car and getting elbows deep in it like I normally would have been by now is because I bought this car when Tiara was alive. Tiara named the car. Honestly, with the whole story and everything that goes along with this car, if you guys don't remember, I'll link the video up here below where I kind of explained everything and how eerie this car is for me. But he thinks that the reason that I haven't really worked on it is because I feel internally like I'm going to be soiling it, because it's kind of like when a parent has a child that passes away and then they don't want anybody to go in that child's bedroom and they leave it exactly how it was when their child was still alive. He thinks that it's kind of the same thing with this car. But I know, and this is what I'm trying to convince myself of every single day, that Tiara would have wanted me to work on this car because she literally told me to. She literally was like, build that thing for SEMA, like do it. So I really need to get on that. But I haven't done a whole lot right now. I am making very baby steps at making changes towards the car. The first step that I have taken is by actually driving the car. Because believe it or not, when you drive a car, the odometer changes. So that is a small change that I have made so far, aside from general maintenance stuff. Like I changed my spark plugs, I did spark plug wires on the car, I've done an oil change, and just some like very minute things along the way that the car has needed. So right now I've just been driving it and trying to really think really hard about exactly what I'm gonna do. I actually have changed the alternator on this car 3 or 4 times at this point. I don't know why this car is just going through alternators like crazy. The first alternator didn't even need to be changed, but I changed it because the car was taking forever to start. So I was just like, I'm just gonna adjust all the things that could start. I mean, they could cause the car to start very slowly because I used to have to crank it for like ever. So I figured maybe it could be like a cam or crank position sensor, or like maybe the starter or the alternator. And I was just like, I'll do the alternator first. And then I just kept having to replace alternators over and over and over again. So I'm trying to diagnose it slowly by changing something and then moving on to the next thing. But now I put a brand new alternator in the car earlier today, which we can show right here. This one feels bigger. It does. It's like very difficult to put in the area that it's supposed to go in. Heck yeah. Okay, let's see. We did it. What? Okay, cool. So car runs again. My car is no longer broken. So that's car 1 of 3. All 3 of them are running. Yay! It's about right? Let's put it at 14. Okay, so as you can see, you got the alternator on. The car is running. It's the first time it's been running in like 2 weeks or so, but pretty good. So I've got a brake light that's stuck on right here. Even when I drive the car, it still doesn't go away. And then I've also got an alternator light on right here. Now it does say charge, but when that light is on, it actually means that the alternator is not charging the battery. So I'm gonna have to pull the passenger seat to adjust the relay right there, but that's about it for this car. So now the car has a brand new alternator in it. It's a 280ZX alternator, so it puts out more amperage than the standard alternator does. So I should be good to go now, but the only problem that I'm having is that my brake light is constantly on right now, and so is my alternator charge light, which usually tells you that the alternator is not charging the battery, but it is because I tested it with the voltmeter. So what I've heard and what I've read on the internet is that there is a relay underneath the passenger seat that you can swap out, and it should get rid of both of those lights, so maybe just the relay is bad. So I'm gonna do that coming up very soon because I actually had some custom freaking seats made for the car. I had some custom seats made for the car. I can't wait to show them to you guys. They're literally being shipped to me right now. So I finally have some custom seats on the way to me. I'm super excited. As soon as I get here, I promise you I'm going to install them so freaking fast because the only thing that I really don't like about this car is the seats because they are super faded and they're like a weird like olivish greenish color right now. So these seats will be coming out. I will replace that relay and put the brand new seats in. I can't wait to show them to you guys, but they have to get to my house first. So, and other than that, it's doing a-okay. It's doing so great. I also would like to replace the oil pan gasket on this car because it's very dirty down there. But I'm going to save that for when I pull the engine on this car. And when I pull the engine on this car, I will be doing transmission swap on this car. And when I do the engine and transmission swap on this car, I will also be getting the engine bay painted and the car painted at the same time. So, just kind of gotta wait on all of those things. This car doesn't get driven a whole lot anyway, but anyway, let's move on. So you guys probably recognize this car from my Instagram because a while ago I actually bought this off of my neighbor. He had this car sitting in front of his house with like low tire pressure all the time and it was just sitting there. So I was like, damn, I really love that car. And I parked my Datsun next to it one time. I like drove up next to it, like took a picture of the two of them together. And I was just obsessed and I was like, I have to have one. So I wrote him a note, left a note on the windshield. I was just like, hey, my name is Bree. I'm a local car enthusiast. I live down the street from you. I walk past this car every single day with my dog. Can't stop staring at it. Let me know if you'd be interested in selling it because I would love to purchase it off of you. And he actually sold it to me. It took him like, I think like a week and a half to actually sell it to me, but it's mine now and it has been my daily driver ever since. The thing that this car does need right now though, this car really needs an engine mount and it needs a different intake because the intake rattles so much that it literally concerns me when I'm idling at like a stoplight right now. Other than that, I would like to have like a catch can for this car because the breather hose is just like aimed directly towards the ground right now, and so sometimes there's like smoke, you know, just like coming from the breather hose when I'm sitting and idling, and it like freaks me out every time because I always think that my car is like smoking and like super overheating. But honestly, the car is so good, and I have some super sick hubcaps for this car that are currently being like polished and ceramic coated that I can't wait to show to you guys. Other than that, this car really just needs a paint job because it is peeling very badly. So yeah, this car's paint is really bad, but I love the color of it. I'll probably paint it the same color, maybe add a little bit of pearl to it and a better clear coat, obviously. But yeah, this car's perfect. It's literally my daily driver. It is a boat, but I cannot believe that I'm gonna say this. I love this boat so much. It is so comfortable and just so like chill. That's the 123. Her name is Hari Blaine, and it means yellow. Anyway, on to the next one. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna address 3 things, okay? Yes, this is mine. Yes, I can ride it. And yes, we are going to be building it on the channel, okay? So now that those 3 things are out of the way, let me tell you a little bit more about this, okay? Let me give you a quick little backstory really fast, all right? First off, I'm kind of surprised that I bought a motorcycle, but I'm also kind of surprised that it took me this long to buy a freaking motorcycle, all right? So, little backstory for you. I grew up racing motocross. I rode for 13 freaking years. I got my first dirt bike when I was 3 years old, and then I stopped racing when I was like 16 or 17 because I was getting my driver's license. That's around the time that I got my driver's license, so I got really heavy into cars at that point, and I had torn my ACL 2 times already. It's a big surgery. ACL is the biggest ligament in your knee. So I was very afraid of that because these motorcycles are super heavy. This one is 450 pounds, just for reference. And when the kickstand's not down, I can't reach the ground. So that's a really scary thing for me. I literally can't back this motorcycle into a parking spot. I literally have to get off of it and push it. Yeah, kind of surprised that it took me this long to get a motorcycle just because I rode motocross for so long, and I've been comparing every other motorsport to motocross my entire life, and there's nothing in the world like it. Drifting is the closest that I've come to how I felt when I was on a motorcycle. I'm very excited to have this motorcycle. This is a 2019 Royal Enfield Interceptor. Now, I was going to get a old school cafe racer because I really love the cafe racers. As you can see, that's kind of what this bike is modeled after. But the people on the internet selling motorcycles are worse than the people selling project cars on Craigslist. My dad and I drove all the way down to Costa Mesa. It was like a 2 to 2.5 hour drive to pick up this Honda CB that I was gonna buy. And the guy literally, I kid you not, wrote in the ad that it ran great, started no problem, rides super smooth. The thing was hooked up to a bladder tank when we got there. Literally, he couldn't even get it started. He was trying to start it with a screwdriver. He never got it started, never. So anyway, upped my budget a little bit, found one, and now it's mine. I will be doing like dropped bars on this thing. I'm not gonna do a wind fairing or wind visor or whatever, the windscreen thing. I don't like those things. I think they look so stupid. Probably gonna get rid of these mirrors. I will have to find another way to mount mirrors on this bike, just so that they're a little bit less obnoxious, if you know what I'm saying, because these literally look like they belong on a fucking Vespa. Yeah, but this literally has everything that cafe racers have, you know. It's got the big front headlight, it's got the dual gauges right here, the handlebars aren't like super like up here like a Harley, it's not shaped like a sports bike. This motorcycle actually has some work done to it already, but not by a girl. The guy that I bought it from actually said that he ordered a cam for this motorcycle that they were only selling in the United Kingdom, and he had this dealer install the cam for him on this motorcycle here. The guy was amazing. He was such an angel, and he literally handed me a manila folder full of every single thing that has been done to this motorcycle, down to like the oil changes, brake pads, everything like that. And it was just like so detail oriented and organized, and I really appreciated it. So yeah, so I'm very excited. He actually gave me the box full of the old parts that this motorcycle had, including the exhaust, which I am probably going to have to change again, because this has a exhaust on it, but in my opinion, it's not that loud. And after my like 1 hour drive to and 1 hour drive from today, I was like, I need to have a different exhaust on this bike because I can barely hear myself. So if you guys have any ideas, please comment them down below. Very excited for this. I would love to see what you guys want to incorporate into this bike and stuff. And I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be super classy and just so good looking. I can't wait. And I hope you guys are excited. So, all right, you guys. So that is all I have for you today. That is all that I have for you today. If you didn't see the car in this video, that means the car is no longer in the fleet. It's not here. It's gone. It's gone bye-bye. That means I got rid of the Cayenne. Yes. I got rid of the Mini Cooper. Yes. And I also got rid of the Tesla. I don't even know if I told you guys about that one or not. I filmed a video, edited it and everything, and then I don't think I ever uploaded it. But regardless, these are all of the vehicles that we have in the fleet right now. I hope you guys are really excited for these projects that are coming up. And speaking of new things that we have in the fleet, we have a new member on the team. His name is Mitchell. He is my editor. He has been doing great with the Chasing Checkers reels so far, and he also edited this video, so everybody give him a nice warm welcome. I'll leave his Instagrams below in case if you guys want to follow him. Speaking of Chasing Checkers, don't forget that you can go and grab this t-shirt on the website right now, Ignited by Chasing Checkers. Very excited for all of the things coming up, and I am starting to be a lot more consistent on the Chasing Checkers page. So if you guys don't follow it already, you might want to consider doing so. I also have a calendar tab on the website that I keep super up to date with motorsports events that might be happening near you if you want to go and check one out on a weekend when you're bored. Anyway, I feel like a walking ad at this point. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you guys for always supporting me and believing in me. I am super glad to be back here with you guys, and I hope to see you really soon. Bye.